Hi, I'm Erik, and this is Adventures in Golf. For this episode, we came to the only truly reversible golf course in America. Case in point, I'm currently standing on the 13th green. Or am I standing on the 5th green? Well, it's actually both. It just depends on which day you play it. For this episode, I've traveled to Roscommon, Michigan to check out two golf courses at the same time. Literally. Opened in 2016, the Loop at Forest Dunes is an 18-hole reversible golf course. Okay, what does that mean? It means that there are two courses in one. Here's how it works. On even days, the course play runs on the black routing, which is clockwise. And on odd days, course play runs on the red routing, which is the reverse or counterclockwise. This unique feature was the first of its kind in America and was designed by renowned golf course architect Tom Doak as a second Forest Dunes golf course.
The main piece of feedback I've got on the golf course that I didn't expect was how different it is playing backwards. It doesn't even feel like the same golf course. It doesn't even feel like the same piece of ground. I wouldn't have believed that I was on the same thing, except I know I was.
I have to admit, the concept feels a little gimmicky to me, and I'm a bit skeptical. But my curiosity and love for Tom Doak's course designs have brought me here to learn more. And to do that, I'm at the course early, and I mean really early, to meet with the Loop superintendent, Rob Falconer. He and his crew are here daily before sunrise to get the course ready to play.
Morning, everybody. Good morning. Should be a good day. Temperatures should cool down today. It's only supposed to be like 75. It is a red day, red routing today. So other than that, we'll get going. We've got about 30 rounds today.
From a greenskeeping perspective, does the reversible layout pose any specific complications?
Yeah, it does a little bit, especially for new crew members. Starting to remember where you're at?
I think I'm going right way, right?
When you come to a golf course, you know, new guys especially always spend a week or more trying to figure out where they're at on a golf course and how to get from here to there. Well, on the Loop, every day it changes. So I only refer to the golf course by the red routing just to eliminate the confusion. So that way it doesn't matter if it's a black day or a red day. If I tell them I want them to go to hole 4, they know what hole 4 is. We base all of our mowing patterns off the red direction because what would be a side-to-side cut on a red day, the next day if you did a front-to-back, that might be the side-to-side again because of coming from the other way. So if we base them all off the red direction, we don't have repeat cuts.
From a maintenance perspective, I think it's beautiful. We can mow the back 9 each day, and the next day it's still the back 9. You know, we don't have to race golfers to mow fairways and things like that. It's really nice to work on, and it's really special. It's one of a kind.
Is it one of a kind or two of a kind? Since both black and red are two different courses, the Loop is actually ranked twice. What's ranked higher?
I believe black is ranked like 1 or 2 spots higher than red.
So one course has 2 ratings.
Right.
But is it one course?
No.
It's 2 courses.
It's 2 courses. It's one piece of property. It's 18 greens. It's 18 fairways, but it's 2 courses.
Is this always the first tee?
For the red routing.
Where is the first tee for the black routing?
On the other side of 18 green, over there.
Whoa, my mind is like already blown. And that's the tee marker there.
Correct.
I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah, I thought it fit. It was simple. Selfishly, it made it easier for us to adjust because we have to move every tee marker like the length of a hole every day instead of picking up 2 tee markers and worrying about getting placement right. And
You just drop one.
it's just one.
All right, I'm gonna tee off. Let's do this. I'm thoroughly excited. So the yardage book is reversible, and word on the street is that Tom Doak designed this himself. There's a bit of a preamble here. Welcome to the Loop at Forest Dunes. The Loop is 2 courses in one and 2 yardage books in one. This is the first hole on red, 375. Wait until you see the previous group going up. But tomorrow, this will be the last hole on 18. This is a mind trip. I'm freaking out right now. To keep me on track, Rob, along with his trusty dog Duchess, have agreed to walk the course with me for a while. right, so it's hard to tell where the green ends and the rough begins other than the white dots. Are the white dots technical or merely just to let you know where the green ends?
No, it's for my guys mowing greens. It helps them identify the cleanup paths to keep that nice tight so that the green doesn't keep getting bigger or smaller.
Right.
They know to split the dots.
Nice firm green.
Don't be afraid to hit it.
You weren't kidding about hitting it. You know, I give a lot of points to a course that we're in the middle of some hills in the forest in the middle of Michigan. And to create a place that's interesting and also has that, you know, sense of natural awe that golf gives you, that is sort of the black diamond, I believe. It was Andy Johnson that said, golf course architects are the craft breweries, and each of their courses is a small batch, limited release craft beer. And I think Tom Doak's loop design is the perfect example.
Most of the holes, the tee is attached to the previous fairway. It kind of goes off to the side.
Fortunately, Tom lives close by and has agreed to meet with me to discuss the course.
When was the first time that you can remember that you conceived of making your own reversible golf course?
So this is Tom Simpson's book on golf course designs. Simpson was an English architect in the 20s and 30s. So in the back of his book, he does about 6 pages on a reversible golf course. I think I read this book when I was 16 or 17 or something like that, and I always had that in the back of my mind ever since. You could really do that somewhere.
Thankfully, Lou Thompson, the owner of Forest Dunes, agreed, although it did take some persuasion. At first, Tom unveiled a solo course design, which wasn't as well received.
He said, well, that looks like an interesting golf course, Tom, and a really good golf course, but you know, I want something that'll wow me. That doesn't really do it. And I lifted this up and I said, yeah, except for this is the same golf course, except you play it all backwards the next day. And I swear to God, the room was just pretty silent for about a minute or a minute and a half as they tried to process that idea, because none of them had ever thought about anything like that before. And then after about a minute and a half, Lou goes, okay, you really wowed me now. And that was it.
I'm surprised you haven't gotten caught up in what I see most people do when they play the loop the first time. They spend half their time turning around looking backwards trying to figure out the other routing. And I haven't seen you do that.
Whoa, it literally hasn't even occurred to me. I know that it's a reversible golf course. I've seen the map. We've talked about it. We spent all morning talking about it. Once we've gotten into the business of playing, I haven't even considered. This is a crucial part of the design. This is sort of our farthest out.
Yep.
So that's why it looks very confusing right here, is I feel like I'm on a driving range almost. Like I've got a par 3 about 150, and then I've got something over there that I'm gonna guess is a different tee box coming this way.
Tomorrow's tee is a par 3 into that green.
So if we're on 6,
Yep.
so that'll be tomorrow's, don't tell me, 13th tee?
Yep.
That was hard. I had to literally do math.
Can people guess which direction came first?
I try not to tell people.
Really?
The only thing that makes the concept fall apart is if one course is clearly better than the other golf course.
Right.
Most people prefer the second routing they play.
No way.
And we think it's because the first time they play it, they're just trying to figure it out. And then the second round, they kind of understand how to play it. And so then they have a little bit more, seems to be a little bit more fun with it.
We're only a third of the way through this and I'm totally jarred. Well, we're not a third of the way through. We're a 1/6 of the way through.
Right.
This is a game of math. Bryson DeChambeau would love this place. As Rob, Duchess, and I finish up my first round, my skepticism has already dissipated. In fact, if the black routing is as good as the red, the loop will be placing very high on my list. I've got one day on the loop behind me, but today is the true test to this course. Will playing the black routing feel as different as everyone suggests?
I said at the beginning, I would rather build this and not tell anybody what we're doing until opening day. Because I don't want to spend 2 years trying to explain what we're trying to do. There'll be a ton of naysayers telling you, oh, they're compromising the quality of the one golf course for the other one, or or oh, it's not going to work because this or that.
What is your success evaluation on the loop?
That people like it just as much both ways, so it stays a reversible golf course. I mean, that's success or failure there for sure.
I can now say without a doubt, these are definitely two different courses, and I can see why they've been ranked so close together. I've enjoyed them both equally, and I hope more designs like this become available in the future.